Good morning. I just wanted to update you on my no spend challenge and how that's been going. I did not end up going to the store yesterday, so I think I'm going on 4 days of not spending anything ever since I got back from the trip where I had to get gas and we ate out on, let's see, that would have been Saturday, I think, right? What is today? I am kind of lost on what day it is today. Today's Wednesday. So yes, we shopped a lot and bought a lot and got back pretty late Saturday. We had several meals out. But since then, I have not been to the store or spent anything. So I made French toast this morning. I had a bunch of eggs that were going to expire if I didn't get them used. So we've had French toast 2 days in a row. And I had bought the sugar-free syrup about let's see, I don't think I bought that on Saturday. I've had a brand new bottle in my pantry, so I used that. It was from one of my last couple of shopping trips. Then we've been eating this. This is really good. We don't have any more crackers, and we've eaten the cake out of there and everything, but someone gave this to us for Christmas, and so, we've been eating that. And of course, we've been eating, real meals. I made some spaghetti midweek, and we ate that. And then today, though, I've got to figure out something for supper. I may end up running to the store. We don't really have any leftovers. We ate the roast that I had made that was out of the freezer. So I could go thaw some more steak out. Or, let's see, I do have a can of Spam that I could make Spam fried rice with, but then I either have to use real carrots in it, or I usually just use a bag of frozen peas and carrots, and it makes it really good. I do have this buttermilk that's about to expire, and then this little bit of milk. So I might tonight, after I'm done with my work, use those two things up and make some buttermilk pancakes to put in the freezer. Just to try to stretch our budget, make sure we're not throwing away good food, but I do need to do it today if I'm going to do that. And then I have some heavy whipping cream that is still good. I'm just going to use that in my black tea. I make milk tea, I guess, most days, and I've been using my flavored creamer, but I want to make sure that I don't waste that whipping cream. And so I'm going to think about it while I'm working. If I think of, a cake or something I want to whip up using the buttermilk and the whipping cream, I might do that tonight just to relax, and make sure that I'm saving money and that we're stretching everything. Our freezer is going way down, this upstairs one, other than, we bought all the ice cream for 99 cents. But otherwise, as far as other things in there, it's going way down. So in here, I just have like a couple of rolls, or maybe it's a whole, actually, I guess that's 2 loaves of bread right there. So see, this is what happens when you actually go through and find stuff. And then I still have that coconut flour in there. I've tried a lot of recipes using it, and even though we eat a lot of healthy foods, it's just kind of a taste adjustment to us. And so I've got to find a cookie or something that I'm willing to make out of that. And I'm almost out of eggs. That's the problem that I found with the coconut flour, is that most of the recipes, you only use like a quarter of a cup of coconut flour, and then you use this mass volume of eggs and liquid, which is normally not a problem, but right now with eggs at $5 or $6 a dozen, that's pretty expensive. So I've been making the French toast with our 45-calorie bread so that at least it's offsetting it, and then we use completely sugar-free syrup. And so it hasn't been, too many extra added calories the last few days on the French toast. And then I thawed these out of the freezer. I've had these leftover brownies in there. And since we got all the ice cream on sale, it looks like a lot, but there's only a couple of brownies per container. That one doesn't even have maybe one good brownie. So for the next few days, if we want a snack, we'll go ahead and eat that. And then we had these. Someone gave these to us at Christmas too, and there's a few more pieces of chocolate. Normally, we buy net zero chocolate or we buy stevia, chocolate with stevia in it, like Lily's or something. But those are super expensive. Those are like $4 a bar. And then the net zero chocolate is like $4 a package, and you get, I want to say 12 pieces. But, for now, we're using what we have. We're just trying to make sure that we're working out. We're still taking care of ourselves. This is not something I would rebuy. I like brownies in the freezer, but we also really like that dark chocolate, net zero chocolate. That kind of thing that has stevia in it. So I won't necessarily have a bunch of brownies in my freezer all the time, but we want to use what we have, and we like to watch like old Sherlock Holmes movies, and we're getting through some of those, and there's all kinds of things that we like to just sit and watch at night. And we do like a snack and some ice cream, and that was a real blessing to get all of these for 99 cents a piece on clearance. Excuse me. I do still have some blueberries there to use for pancakes. And then I have a bunch of bananas that I can use for either a banana bread, or I use them in my smoothies. And these are my homemade breadcrumbs that I make. I make them from scratch. And so, I'm getting to where I have to be more creative. This is a package of frozen homemade egg noodles that I made. So I really need to make some soup. So I am trying to just go through here and spend the least amount I can. I think I have another month or two of things here and there that if I take the time to use them and implement them into meals, then we're saving a lot of money. And the popcorn is going very well. I don't know if I updated you. I don't know where the thing went. We're getting to where we know how to use this thing now. The instructions said 2 minutes and then maybe add 30 seconds. So I didn't want to push the popcorn button on my microwave, because when I first push it, it says 3.5 minutes. And I thought, well, it's going to explode. Excuse me. But my husband read a little bit more, because we were doing 2 minutes and there were still some kernels in the bottom unpopped, but if we did the extra 30 seconds, then it would burn. And so he figured out that when you push this popcorn button, I see 3.5, but when you actually put it in there, I guess it's a little bit of a lower setting or something. And he put the popcorn right here like you do on the top, dumped it in, and then did it on that popcorn button, and it turned out just perfectly. So tonight when we're watching a movie, if we do, or next time we want to sit and have some popcorn, I'm going to try that and just stand there and watch it, though, and make sure that it doesn't actually go 3.5 minutes. So right now my supplies are pretty good. I have quite a bit of stevia. I use this in my milk tea and in my iced tea. And then we have a decent amount of diet soda. My husband's been drinking a lot more, and he normally does too, because he caught a little bit of this cold that I've had. But yeah, I'm gonna have to make a decision if I want to make Spam fried rice, thaw out some steak. I'm trying to think. I think those are only two choices that I have without going to the store. Last night we had bean burritos, and I have, some refried beans left from the can, and I have enough cheese, but I think, well, maybe I do. Let's see. I guess actually if I use these flat out tortillas, which I love these for a Greek recipe that I make. It has tomatoes, cucumbers, feta cheese. It has all that. I love these for that. I don't know that I'm a fan for bean burritos. But my husband is such not a picky eater. He just, is just thankful for whatever he gets. He's just one of those people. He, eats more to survive than he does for necessarily, this is my favorite food type thing. I wish I was that way, but nope, I'm picky. I mean, I'm not picky about what I eat. I just like good food. So there aren't too many foods I won't eat, but I like it to be put together. I don't always like just like a leftover combo. So pardon me, guys, I'm still fighting this cold. So if I thaw that steak out, then we've got green beans here. We've got a can of beans. These I got for about 29 cents a piece, these Bush's Sweet Heat. And they are interesting. I can kind of see why maybe they clearanced them. They're not expired or anything. They just, I mean, they're really pretty spicy. And for baked beans, I guess that's not the flavor profile I'm used to. I like them to have some kick to it, and I like my chili. Like if I'm gonna make, a thing of chili, I would not just use that packet. This was given to us. I would add a bunch more spices. That would not be spicy enough for me. So I feel like I like spicy food, but this is a whole nother level in my baked beans. So it's not my favorite. But what I might do is eventually this week I'll buy some good quality, either hot dogs like Nathan's or something. And, maybe we'll have that for a meal. I do have a whole brand new thing of pickle relish in there. And then I've got taco shells. So see, I have just a ton of pieces, bits and pieces here and there. But I've got to, I don't have to, but I am trying to do my best to match things up in a way that still isn't, terrible to eat. So that's what I'm trying to do. We do have a cheesy hash brown thing here. We still have a Zatarain's rice. And then I have a whole box of rigatoni, and I do have a spaghetti thing. So I have lots of meals that I think I can make for under $2 to $3. On the spaghetti, even though this isn't my favorite sauce, it's fine. It's not homemade, but it's fine. And I can get like fresh mushrooms for under $2 to $3 and some hamburger. So I guess that would be about a $5 meal, even with the staples I have on hand, if I get hamburger. Sometimes my husband and I are fine with just fresh, mushrooms in it for one meal. I like some little bit more protein sometimes. I have this minute rice that I need to use. It is interesting with the rice and quinoa, but we really need to eat this up. And I think there's a little bit more protein in this kind, isn't there? Let me see here. I want to say quinoa is actually how it is, not quinoa, quinoa. Yeah, this has 5 grams of protein. So, this is almost like a good vegetarian, somewhat decent high protein meal. So I might just pull this out and we'll just have this for lunch, even if I make something else with it. But yeah, our supplies are going down, but in a good way, like we're rotating it out, and I feel like that's important. But look at all the pumpkin I have. I did not buy that now. I bought it like in October thinking I was going to bake a lot more. And then my other family members, they ended up bringing the pies and they ended up bringing things for Christmas. And I was like, I'm fine with that. If I don't have to do it, I was okay with that and saving the money. So they provided basically all that. The only thing in here that I'm not sure that I'm going to be willing to use, because I'm the picky one, is there's another bottle of syrup. It pays to look behind things, right? I thought that maybe that's the one that we just put away, or is that another one? No, okay, that's okay, good. Maybe my husband just put it there. I'm like, I just bought another syrup and I didn't even need one. Maybe he just tucked it behind there. That's good. I'm like, I'm not doing very well. So this is the only thing. This was given to us. It's not expired. And I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just pull it out and we'll just deal with it today. We'll see what it is. I don't really want to implement it into another recipe and waste food if it's not that good. I'll Google it. Let me see what's on the back here. Again, it's not expired, and I know that this is just beef and sea salt. I know people apparently use it in barbecue soup, stews, tacos, pot roast. I'll open it, see what it's about. We could wrap it in one of those tortillas with cheese. Just, if it's edible, then I'm willing to do this to be able to, really put a lot of money in savings this year and pay off a little bit of debt. So I'm willing to do a lot of things. I don't know. That might be my limit, but I'll look into it. I also love homemade roast beef. salad. It's kind of like you make chicken salad, only with roast beef. I've made that years ago, only that was with homemade pot roast, like leftover homemade pot roast. That might be something. I'll look into it. This yeast I need to use, it's going to expire. Yeah, it is expired. I used one similar to this the same date, and it made wonderful bread. So it's only like 3 weeks expired, but I do want to make some loaves of bread with that this week. But I'm also trying to balance not just living off of carbs and bread and rice, because I've got a lot of rice too. So a lot of great things were given to us either around Christmas or after Christmas. Most of it came from one gentleman. His wife unfortunately passed away, and he knew my husband and knew that my husband was a pastor, and his wife was the cook in the family. And because of his eyesight, he's an elderly guy. He can't cook. It's not safe for him to cook. So he just gave us tons of meat and things out of his freezer. And then whenever I cook, at least, once or twice a month, I have my husband take him over a whole meal. And, we took him Christmas cookies. We're just trying to do that. And he gets the senior center meal every day. So he's happy. I have two of these left, 2 or 3, and I was given by him about 15 cans of this cream corn, and I do like it. I grew up eating it just out of the can, half cold. I love it. But I was making a really good kind of cornbread casserole with it, and you added that in, and it just made it really good. And I made it for several potlucks, and it actually went pretty good. But I just think toward the third time I tried to make it, I think we were all getting tired of it. So I'm going to hold off on that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. And then same with these. I love these. Like, I might make some crepes and put these in it rather than a bread. I made a few too many coffee cakes when he first gave us a lot of this stuff, and we were just eating, like coffee cake, and we need to slow down a little bit and make sure that we're eating real food and get some salad back in the house and that kind of stuff. We just kind of got off track with, just December being so busy and traveling. So guys, I can see it clearing out. So I will let you know. I almost have enough for chili because I have this, and then I have pintos here. And just for my husband and I don't want to make a 20-pound thing of chili anyway, but I have those two. And then I have lots of tomatoes, on hand. And so I think, and I've got petite diced tomatoes there. And then I've got the seasoning, and then I've got some extra spices. I've got a can of green chilies back there. So I think the next step, what is this? Oh, that's sauerkraut. Yeah. I think the next step is to make chili. Sometime this week. I should be able to, because here's cumin, and I should be able to make chili with just, a pound of hamburger and, and then the beans and everything else I should have on hand. So I think that's another meal that I could make pretty cheap and quickly this week to just kind of stretch out our budget. So that's my plan, guys. My freezer is kind of non-eventful. I will show it to you. I need to get down there and make that video. It's got milk that I froze, whole milk, and I use that in recipes like when I do make pancakes. I do not notice a taste difference at all. I don't drink frozen milk. I'm just too picky for that, unfortunately. But I do make crepes and pancakes and coffee cakes, and it turns out wonderful. So I have a decent amount of that down there. I do have 2 or 3 packages of meat still from this gentleman. And then I have some fish that was given to us by a fisherman in our church before Christmas, which I do want to get using. And I like to rotate stuff. And then I have a couple pieces of frozen lasagna, which I had made homemade before Christmas. And I packaged it well, double wrapped it so that we could pull it out for a lunch. So we do have that. And that is honestly about it. I got to go look down there and make sure, but we don't have a whole lot in our freezer, and that's what I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to eat what we do have, and then I want to replace my freezer with, pounds of hamburger and things that I just don't want to run to the store for. And right now I have like no hamburger in my freezer at all. So that's kind of the gist of my purpose in doing this. And then we do want some winter snow tires. We need a lot of things that we just want to pay cash for. So that's what we're attempting to do. But anyway, guys, this has been a 20-minute update. Sorry about that, but I wanted to show you what you can do today while I'm working. I'm not going to spend too much time, but I am going to think, okay, what sounds good with buttermilk, a little bit of milk, whipping cream. I mean, I've already thawed out the brownies and we have ice cream in the freezer. I don't know that we need another cake or something, but Potluck Sunday is coming up in about a week and a half at church, so I might make one of my homemade chocolate cakes that are really, really good, and it's really good with the added buttermilk and heavy whipping cream for the frosting. So I could make that tonight and put it in the freezer for about a week and then have that done. So that's an idea too, and just share. But yeah, this is my one thing that I just don't know, guys. If you have any ideas, post below. Am I being too picky? I mean, if you eat this, my husband and I, this will save us $10 to $20 in food for a day if we eat what we have. So I'm trying to really, tell myself that I don't have to do this, first of all. Second of all, it's certainly not forever. I'm blessed that I don't have to eat like this. In some countries and many parts of the world, they would be so blessed to even have meat, right? So let me know what you would do, and I will let you know what I end up doing. I'm going to open it and see kind of what I'm up against on it, see the flavor, see the texture. Usually it's not the flavor, it's more the texture, right? So anyway, guys, take care. Thank you for watching my updates, and I hope that you're saving some money. Have a good day. Bye-bye.